Welcome to my settings guide for Classic World of Warcraft. I'm going to go over some settings that are off or on by default that you might want to change. This isn't specifically going to be an add-on video, but I will show my settings for Leatrix Plus, as there's a lot of really good quality of life things inside of there. In the description of this video, I'll leave a list of all of the settings that I change, as well as my settings for Leatrix Plus. And be sure to hit the like button while you're down there, as it does help my channel so much. So let's get right into it. Hit escape and hit options. The first one you'll toggle on is auto loot, and then depending if you want this on or off, turn off sticky targeting. This one's more of a preference. I know some people like to have this off. What it does is if I click my target frame or I target someone else, I can left click and then it will untarget them. By default, this is on, so you might want to turn this off. Next thing is going to be instant quest text. You can type that in and just search it up. Instant quest text, boom, right there. Turn that on. Next, we're going to do action bars, as by default, this is off. Next, we're going to change our movement keys. We're going to go into keybinds, and then we're going to change strafe left and strafe right, as this isn't on by default, so you might want to do that as well. Enemy cast bars, so hit show enemy cast bars. You can obviously hide all this other stuff, but just type in cast bars. That's one that should be on by default, but it's not. Next is target of target. Show target of target, and what this does is you can see if someone's targeting someone. Maybe you can see. It's not letting me do it. Maybe someone over here is targeting. There, you can see that they're targeting this person. So another setting that you probably should turn on. Next one we're going to do is nameplates. We're going to go ahead and turn on all NPCs, and we're going to do stacking nameplates, as when they overlap, it's going to be very hard to tab between what you're targeting, and doing stacking nameplates will have them stacking vertically. Also, while you have this typed in, go down to general and change the name size distance, and essentially it's going to normally look like this. You can crank it up and basically see things from farther away. I play on 10, so that's what it looks like. Another one I really like to turn off is error speech, as well as dialogue. Dialogue is any time you interact with a target, it'll be like, oh, time is money, friend. Keep your feet on the ground, whatever. If you like that, keep that on. I get annoyed by it very quickly, so I like to have it off. And then same for error speech. Whenever you're attacking or trying to do something, oh, I don't have enough rage. I don't have enough mana. I can attack that. Yeah, you get the idea. Just turn these off, as it will save your mental sanity. Next, we're going to do status text, as by default, it's on none. What this does is it changes this to have a percentage or the number, or if you want both, which is what I play on, you can change it to that as well. Kind of a nice little niche thing to know about. Next is going to be camera. Make sure you just do this so you can zoom out as far as you possibly can. I can't remember what this is on by default, but you want to change this to never, as what happens is whenever you're moving around, if you turn your camera, it's going to smart pivot and face you back forward. And so you're not going to want to do that, as you have to hold down left click to be able to see it. So just go ahead and turn that one off, as it's a setting that I'd recommend you have off. And then turn up your FOV to 90. I don't know what it's on by default, but I would recommend turning that up. Next, we got class colors. Just turn this on, as when certain people type in chat, you won't be able to see their class color. And then power bars, make sure you display that so you can see how much energy or rage certain players have inside of a party or a raid. Display tips, I usually have this turned off. This is just something very minor. Show free bag space. This one's kind of nice, as it'll show you how many spots you have left inside of your whole entire bag. A setting that some players like to change is mouse movement speed. Normally it's on a little bit higher than this. I've turned it down a little bit. All this does is it just changes how fast your movement speed will look when you're adjusting your camera. Another really good one is always showing nameplates. And then another helpful one is showing the number for cooldowns. What this will do is show a cooldown number. So this one has 1 hour left on my Hearthstone. So there you go. It'll show as you unlock certain abilities what the cooldown will be. Next one is going to be use raid party frames. Essentially what this does is I'll show you a picture on screen right now. It changes it from like this to this, and that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to use a primary profile, so you stick with that. And then on top of that, go into interface, and you can change it to be PvE and PvP, and then you just click all of these on so that it always works. And then if you're a healer, you want to maybe change this to show percentage of health left in the party frame or the raid frame. And then you also maybe want to change it to health remaining, how much health is lost. So yeah, change it to one of these three. This is all preference. And then maybe show it to where only show dispellable buffs, so it doesn't clog your frames as much. It'll only show something that you can get rid of. Next, we're going to go to graphics, scroll all the way down and go to the setting where it says graphics API. I recommend changing this to 11, as players have reported that they do get game crashes on 12. I've heard the opposite, where your game doesn't crash on 12 and they haven't experienced any issues. Just thought I'd point this out, as if your game is crashing, this could be the issue. And then a very helpful console command is this right here. You can go and copy this from the description. Copying it and doing this is what it looks like by default. And then if you type 0, this is what it will look like. Kind of dims it and it's not so harsh on your eyes. Leatrix has this setting as well, as we're going to transfer over to Leatrix. For automation, we're going to automate quest text, automatically picking them up. Selling junk and repairing automatically. For social, I haven't touched any of this, but you can change this to whisper invite and people will automatically get invited. And you can also toggle for guildies only. Chat, I only have the use class colors in chat, which is a default setting as well, I believe. For text, I recommend turning on hide error message, which will get rid of this message right here. As you see, there's nothing to attack. It'll just hide that. Interface, enhance minimap, enhance tooltip, show cooldowns, show druid power bar, flight times, so you know how long you can AFK, enhance trainers, professions, and quest log. I'll show you what this looks like by default. It's typically like this. And if I reload, it's going to look like this instead, allowing you to look at all of your quests a lot more easily. Moving on, we're going to go to frames. You can manage your frames by doing this, and you can move around your player frame as well as your target frame. And then class colored frames. This will just change the top of your frame. You see how mine's brown at the moment. Normally it's like transparent, and then when you click on someone else, it's green or blue. This will just change it to whatever their class color is. And then system, I do disable glow, which is the command that I showed earlier. And I believe screen effects is also on top of that. Vendor price is very nice, so you can see how much certain items are worth. You can also toggle on faster auto loot to loot mobs a little bit faster. And then you can also mute in-game sounds, the trains, the mechanic striders, the login sound, the interface sound, the ready check sound, all of that. So all of this is really just preference, but I thought I'd mention it. And then you could also do max camera distance, which allows you to zoom out even further than what you can by default. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if this video helped you out, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Comment down below what you want to see next. And as always, I will see you in the next video.